Afternoon, everyone. Live stream for the ride home, honey. Yo, it is a cold out here. Steering wheel stay cold for like another 20 minutes. Gotta get me a steering wheel cover for my hands because it be cold, honey. It be cold, honey. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy, what is it, Wednesday night? Happy Wednesday evening. I forgot to look at the schedule out. For the time that I work tomorrow, I don't even know. It's probably a 9 to 5. Jesus, it's cold out. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know in the chat if you are new here. Let me know if you are new. Let me know what state or country you are watching me from. If you guys do not know my story, I was homeless, living in a shelter about 2 weeks ago. Now I live in a home with roommates. So now I'm going through a very different experience. It's almost kind of like a shelter, but it's not. It's like a rooming house. I wouldn't say a boarding home, but it's a house where women are like working, like single women are working. It's like transitional type housing situation. So that's where I'm at now until I'm able to land on an apartment of some sort at some time in the near future. So that is my goal. It has been very, very hard. I had a terrible morning today. I had court, so I'm going through things with the family court system right now, and I'm not going to elaborate on it because of course the trolls are going to drag me for filth. Not that I really care, but some things you just can't really talk about until it's over with. So, and I know it's like, damn, it's one thing after a freaking another. It's like one thing after another. I tell you, life be lifing for me. And this morning, I'm normally when I wake up in the morning, I make my little coffee. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. But today, my mood was off this morning when I was driving to work. I was like tired of life, just tired of going through, tired of feeling these feelings, getting mad. Like my emotions were high. Like I was in my feelings this morning really bad. Because I had court, and sometimes court stuff be a whole bunch of BS, and it's a lot. And I don't even explain to y'all what's going on. Maybe one day I will. And one day I said maybe I'll write a book. I'm keeping track of everything that's kind of happening in my life, like the shelter, me living with family members, and family members throwing me out on the street. Just like all my experience being like a homeless woman. And I'm not really saying I'm homeless now because I'm really not, but where I'm at is also a temporary thing as well. It's temporary, It's temporary until I find housing for self. So, and that's a hard situation because now my money that I was, the extra money I was having living in the shelter, because when you're in the shelter, you don't really have to pay any fees or anything. You just stay there and you do your chores and, you basically living off the shelter. So that's over because now I have rent to pay. So, and I'm not stressed out about that because I do make money now on my monetized YouTube channel and everything, because like I told y'all, when I was homeless in my car, I did stay in my car for like 34 days in the summer of 2025. So I did stay in my car, and that time that I stayed in my car, I woke up one morning and God was like, "Yo, you need to share your journey, share your story with the world. Like, let people know that you're a homeless woman, well, was a homeless woman, and that you're trying to get your life back together. And share your journey, share your story, share it with social media." And that's exactly what I did. And from that day forward, every single day, I was doing live streams. I was talking about my journey, talking about my experience, not really going into like a lot of heavy detail, but just basically sharing my journey of me being a homeless woman and sharing my story. So, and here I am now. Like, I'm not popular by any means. Only got a few thousand people, but people come to my channel and they relate because they say I'm homeless now, or I was homeless, or I've been homeless before. So my content is relatable to a lot of people, especially right now. A lot of people are experiencing homelessness. A lot of people are losing their homes. They're losing their apartments. A lot of single people like myself is having problems with paying rent because you can't afford it on your own. So even if I work a seven day a week, most people out here are working 7 days a week. So a single person trying to afford rent and all this stuff is a very hard task. I'm not gonna say that you can't do it, but it's very hard to accomplish that, you know, because of rent prices and food prices and everything is expensive, and people have their bills, they have their rent, they have car notes, they have car insurance, and they have all these bills out here. And most of the jobs are not even trying to give you a raise. They don't want to give you extra money, no incentive to move up because most of these businesses are struggling themselves. Some of these businesses out here are struggling to keep the lights on to run the business. So it's all different kind of scenarios out here, and we as the people, we're being affected by it all. And if you make great money and you're a middle class person, or they say middle class don't even exist anymore, but whatever class you're in, if you're making money and you're wealthy, you are very lucky. You're very lucky that you don't have to worry about money. That must be a wonderful feeling. It must be. It must be really wonderful to not have to worry about where your next piece of money is going to come from. And thank God, and I always tell people on my channel, like, when you come here, I appreciate you. I thank you. People have been donating to me, just giving me money. Like, I don't even ask for it. I don't beg for money. I don't come on here. But I do have a cash app and I do open up for gifts and all that stuff. People, if they feel led, they give to me. And if they don't feel led, they don't give anything. And that's okay too. Like, I don't ask people for money. But people have been pouring into my channel. Like, it's been freaking insane, and I thank you guys. Whoever's been giving me donations, I'm grateful. People have been sending me money to Cash App. Like, I don't even ask for it, and people have been like just helping me, and I'm just like grateful for that. Grateful, super, super grateful. Ew, something stinks. What that smell is? Some kind of weird smell. I don't know where it's coming from. Some kind of strange smell, guys. I don't know. It's coming from outside. It must be a dead animal around here somewhere. It must be a dead carcass of some sort. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I've been monetized now for, it's been about, I think about 2 months. Because, YouTube owe me some money. YouTube owe me some money. So I'm grateful that I opened up YouTube as another stream of income for myself. So we're making it work, man. We're making it work. We're making it work. We are really, really making things work out. And I appreciate you guys, the support, the love, the gifts, the everything, the donations that I don't even ask for. And people still bless me. And I wake up and I be like, damn, okay. I appreciate you. I thank you. I thank you. I'm very tired tonight, y'all. I really can't wait to get home and relax. It's just one of those days. I did not have a good day this morning, honey. Dealing with the court system, child, is no freaking joke. It is no joke out here. This world is a very crazy world we live in. This world is a very crazy world we live in. I wish I was closer to home, though. I'm really thinking about, like, because people keep saying, why are you driving so far to go to work? I said, child, I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm driving this far to get to work, child. I'm over this. I'm over the leap. I'm tired of this. But I really don't want to go to a new location. Like, I don't want to move my job location because my job is kind of, it's in different towns, so I don't have to like travel this far. But the only reason why I travel this far is because it's peaceful where I work at. Like it's peace there, even though it be some drama. If I go to this other location that's closer to my job, that's closer to my house where I live at now, if I go to that location, it's filled with so much drama. And the girl that's there and the manager that's there now, I do not believe that I'm going to get along with these people. So that's the only reason why I drive further out to come here. Because everybody be looking at me like, girl, are you crazy? I want to stay where it's peaceful. I want to stay where it's peaceful. Oh, oh, oh. I want to stay. Thank you. My temporary housing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have a temporary place right now. I have a place where I rent a house out with roommates. So I found me some roommates online. So we all rent a house and everybody has their own space and we're just renting it right now. And that's what we're doing, guys. And I appreciate y'all. I very much thank you. Y'all, it is so freezing out here. Freezing cold. And they say it's supposed to snow again on Saturday, honey. I appreciate all the thanks and well wishes. All the thanks and well wishes. But I appreciate you guys. I thank y'all so much. I see the shares and I see the comments, y'all. Y'all just be overwhelming me with just so much joy in my heart. I really thank you. And I appreciate y'all. Even the trolls, I love y'all too, because y'all need a hug. Come on over here. Give me a hug, you troll. Come on now. Give me a hug. Y'all be needing love and kindness. That's why y'all always keep coming back here, trying to torture me. But guess what? Guess what? I'm not affected. It's not affecting me in no way. A troll is not affecting me in no way. Hey, hey. Yo, it's cold out here. I'm talking, I'm singing to try to keep myself awake because, child, it's cold. It's cold and I'm tired. And I was at work just sitting there on the computer, like, because it was really slow tonight, right? It wasn't really nothing going on at the job. So I was like, oh man, I gotta go take this long drive, but I'll be there before I know it, right? We're gonna be there before we know it. We're going to be there before we know it. I know y'all like me singing. Them trolls like it too. I really be singing for the trolls because they really be loving they be loving it. That's why they can't stop coming back, honey. That's why they can't stop coming back, honey. So yeah, we supposed to get some more snow on Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to do, child. I hope it's not like this because this snow was crazy because right, it snowed and then it started raining and then it started sleeting and hailing. So all the snow overnight just froze and turned into mountains of ice everywhere. And this ain't nothing compared to what we used to get like 20 something years ago. People be worrying about this. This ain't nothing compared to what we used to get. We used to be stuck in the house for like 2 weeks because everybody was grounded in. School was closed for like 2 weeks. Like, child, come on, get real. Get real. Get real, y'all. So all the ice, like I can see, because I'm driving at night, so I see like all the snow just sitting up there, and it looks really white and shiny because it rained on top of the snow, and then it was sleeting and all that. So now all the snow is piled up, and it's all hard. It's not all soft and pretty like it was. So yeah, this ain't nothing compared to what we used to get 20 something years ago, honey. The blizzard of '96. Y'all remember all that stuff? If you old enough, you know. If you old enough, you know. And when I was in high school, when it snowed, that's when we used to have them really crazy winters. When I was in high school, long time ago. School used to be closed for 2 weeks, child. 2 freaking weeks school would be closed. Can you guys, like, this stuff now, they have school closed maybe for a week, 3 days. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's snowing. It just ain't nothing compared to what it used to be 15, 20 something years ago. That's when we used to have some real snowstorms. This crap right here ain't nothing compared to what it used to be, honey. Nothing compared. Can't compare. Thank you. I appreciate it, Miss Brown. Hi, Diane. How are you? How are you, darling? How are you? How are you? Yeah, it's not my own place. I just rent out a place. No, I don't have my own bathroom. We do share a bathroom. It's a house and it has like 5 bedrooms and it has 2 bathrooms. Well, it has 2.5 bathrooms. So yeah, we all kind of just share a space. We all pay the bills, and I found the place, and I was fine with it. I was grateful to get out the shelter, so now I have bills to pay for real. I didn't want that, but we got to move on in life. Because I told y'all the shelter that I was in, they had told me that I had to leave on February 1st. So normally, me, the type of woman I am, when somebody tell me I have to leave somewhere, if it's a business and I'm staying in a shelter, I always leave before the date that they tell me. You know what I'm saying? They was like, well, you got to leave by February 1st. So I was like, oh, okay. So I had a whole month to try to figure it out where I was going to go. I could have just went to another shelter, but I actually got tired of the shelter life. Because when you bounce around and go from shelter to shelter, some shelters that you're going to go to, they may have bed bugs. They may have rodent problems. They may have all these other issues. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to go through that anymore. So I shopped around, looked around, found so many places that was looking for roommates and everything. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go here. I'm going to settle here and I'm going to stay here for maybe 6 months to a year until I land myself inside my own place. The only downside is the money. I have to spend the money on, for my room and board. So I'm not saving that money anymore because I can't. So the only thing I can really do is get me this second job and just build from there. It's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. But God got me. God is telling me, like, listen, don't you worry about anything. And I got to keep my faith on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing what I have to do. I'm still putting forth the effort to find this second job. I'm grateful I put forth the effort to open up my YouTube channel. I'm monetized. I get paid a couple dollars every day I make on this channel, so I'm grateful. But God was like, listen, don't be afraid, my child. Do not be afraid. Don't live in fear. You are going to be taken care of. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to be fine. Nothing bad is going to happen. And I'm going to find placement. I'm going to find my own place eventually at some point in the future. And things just got to take time. But do not live in fear, my child. That's what God told me. Do not live in fear. We don't do fear over here. We live on faith, right? Faith without work is dead, but I'm doing the work as well. So I'm not just asking God and saying, God, I need this, Lord, I need that. No, I'm actually out here doing the work every day. I'm working towards something. We can't ask God for things that we are not trying to work towards ourselves. Not going to work out. It's not going to work out. He's not just going to lay something at your footstep. We have to do the work. We got to put forth the action. What are my goals that I want to achieve in the next 6 months to a year? I have all that stuff written down on my journals. But I know that God got me because my faith is strong. And I'm going to get everything that I need. One day, y'all going to see me in my own place, in my own apartment or house. And y'all going to see it. Everything that I'm asking God for is going to manifest. It's been manifesting this whole time of me being homeless for 2 years. I told y'all in 2026 things are going to just get better for me because my faith is strong and I believe, right? And that's all you need. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in God, and God knows what's going on with me right now. I'm not forgotten. God has not forgotten about me. He hasn't forgotten, and He hasn't forgotten about you either. But I'm at war, and I'm still going through, still going through this, still going through that, still having rough patches. That's just how life goes, man. Life is not going to be easy. It's not easy. But I'm not giving up, though. I'm not going to give up. I'm not throwing in the towel, even though there's plenty of times that, Even this morning, I was like, yo, I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm drained. But there's more work for me to do. There's more work yet. You have more work yet to do in this life. But sometimes you are emotionally, sometimes I'm emotionally drained out, emotionally just like tapped out, tap out, tap out. But God keeps giving me strength. He keeps giving me the strength that I need to fuel my life, like to fuel the fire, to keep one foot in front of the other. We can't worry about what's going on in this world. We can't worry about what's the news today. Oh man, this is what happened over here. These people, this happened. We can't worry about what's going on in the world. God got us regardless, man. He got you and he got me. We gonna be all right. All right. We gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through like we've been making it through any other day. People, I had court this morning, and then one of my roommates came knocking on my door. And mind you, Wednesday is the day, like we have chores in the house and we have things that we have to do in this house to keep things moving, right? Like a regular, like an ordinary household. But this house comes together and we pay the bills, we pay what needs to be paid, and we pay our rent, we pay our portion for our room. But we come together as a household. We have chore lists. Like we have a chore every day. There's a chore that somebody is responsible for. So me now, I have to be responsible to clean up the living room area. Okay. So on Wednesdays is the day that I wash my dirty laundry. Fine, no problem. So why am I sitting in the room with my camera on in court? I had a court session with the judge. So I'm online in court. The girl knocks on my door. Are you almost done washing clothes? And I'm just looking at her like, what? First of all, I'm in court. And first of all, if you see me with something on, please stop coming in my room bothering me. If you see me, wait until I'm done with the clothes, and then you do whatever you do with that washing machine and dryer. But she came knocking on the door, and I'm looking at her like, I'm in court right now. So the judge is like, oh, well, you can't be talking. You're in court. So I'm just looking at her like, yo, if you don't get the freak out of here, bro, get out. What are you bothering me for? Leave me a freak alone. I'm already in my feelings. My anxiety, my frustration, anxiety is going up. I just want to like literally curse her the heck out. Like, get out my freaking room, sis. She's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that house is so, like, you can hear a pin drop at night when it's dark. You can hear, if someone's talking, you can hear them. That's just how light the walls and everything are. It's kind of almost like a damn hotel room. Because you can hear, when you're in a hotel, like, especially when in cheap hotels, you can hear people in the next room. So if you're having a conversation on your phone and you're talking at, like I'm talking right now, I'm talking regular talk, right? I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming, I'm not whispering. But if I was talking in that house like I'm talking right now, if they didn't have like a TV on or something, you could hear everybody in the house. And people are nosy. So I'm the new girl in the house. So they trying to figure me out. Everybody got their eye on me. They watching me. You think I don't know? I know y'all watching me and I'm watching y'all too. So she knocks on the door like, yeah, are you almost done washing clothes? You asking me if I'm done washing clothes, and today is my laundry day. Why are you asking me if I'm done washing clothes, and Wednesdays is the day that I wash my own laundry? Wednesday is my entire day. If I want to wash clothes all day long, I can, because Wednesday is the day that I wash clothes for myself. This is my day. So I woke up this morning at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, let me just put a load on. All I needed to do was put one load. I washed my bed sheets and everything. Washed all my stuff. And I had two thin blankets in there. Washed all my stuff. So when I go back, I'm going to have clean linen on my bed, clean everything. Everything's going to feel nice, right? She knocks on the door. Oh, you done washing clothes? Sis, why are you asking me am I done washing clothes? This is my laundry day. Why are you asking me such a thing? I'm pissed off. I'm looking at her like with a mean face on. She probably ran out that room like, oh my God. Yeah, well, don't come at me asking me about my laundry day when it's my whole day to wash clothes. My clothes were, at the time when she asked that, I think my clothes were in the dryer. Yeah, my clothes were in the dryer. My clothes were in the dryer when, because I put my clothes was in a washer. So when I started court, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to go to court. So let me go put my clothes in the dryer. My clothes were in the dryer when she came knocking on my door asking me, are you done? But the funny thing was, when I moved into the place, the girls were like, yeah, everybody has their own laundry day. And this is probably what happened with this girl. She goes away for the weekend. I don't know if she goes hanging out with her boyfriend or whoever she's dealing with. So she goes and hangs out over the weekend with her family or whoever. So she probably missed her laundry day, which is all well and good. But let me finish doing what I'm doing. I got frustrated because she was knocking on my door asking me about it. And you clearly see me on my phone, like in court. So I was frustrated. So she probably ran out the room, like, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay." I'm already flustering. I'm already pissed off with this court stuff, the things that's going on with court. So I'm already like on my, I'm already kind of pissed off. And the girls, I'm just starting to see. And this other girl knocks on my door. She's giving me makeup, sis. This makeup don't even match my skin tone. What is this about? She's always giving. This other girl's always giving something, right? Oh, the girl that used to be here left all this stuff, and some of the stuff is brand new, and some of the makeup don't even, like, you see how black I am, girl? You know damn well I can't fit that. You know damn well that foundation ain't gonna match my skin tone. I'm just looking at her like, okay. So yeah, you be in a place for a while, you start to learn people. Um, yeah, that situation kind of made me a little upset because I'm seeing the girls, right? So the girls, two of the girls, they know each other, so they went in the kitchen and started doing makeup in the kitchen. So now I walk past the kitchen, and I don't really be in the kitchen that often. If I'm in the kitchen, I always try to get in there to do whatever I'm doing while nobody's there. So if they all sleep early in the morning, I'll get up, boil my eggs for breakfast, make my coffee, and stay out the way. I always want to be out the way, right? I always want to be out the way because two of the girls in the house, they have two little babies, and the babies are like between 7, 8, 9 months and a year and a half old. That's how young these two babies are. Two moms, they got two kids, young kids. So they screaming and crying. The babies are just doing their own. They're babies. Babies are being babies, right? So they're between 9 months and like probably a year and a half. So don't have a problem with that because I've raised children before, so I know how it is. I know how it is being a single mom. I know how it is being whatever. But when you're in a place for a while, you start to see how people are, and you start to see people's attitudes, and you just start to see how people do things, and they're filling me out, and I'm filling them out too. But the laundry thing, I'm just like, well, do your laundry on your day, because if I was doing my laundry and knocking on your door at 7 something in the morning while you're in court, you're not gonna be so happy with that knock. You're just not, But when it's me, I'm supposed to be all accepting of so many different things. But when people are doing the stuff they do, they don't want to accept it. Because I hear the girls talking about each other all day. Like, I hear these things. Child, try to stay out of it. Well, the refrigerator situation. So it's a big house. So there's a refrigerator inside the kitchen. There's a refrigerator inside there's a garage. We have a garage there. There's a refrigerator inside the garage, and there's a refrigerator in the storage area of the house. Like, the house where they be having like the laundry facility. So there's three refrigerators in the house, and I think the house only holds about 6 women. One of the girls, they share a room, and then all the other girls have like their own space. So you pay according to, you know, what room you have. Like, I have a private room, so I gotta pay the rent for just me having my own room, which is a little bit more money than the girls. It's just a whole bunch of different stuff. So yeah, it's three refrigerators, which is not bad. I actually really like it. I share a room with a girl. Not I share a room. I have my own room, but I share a refrigerator with another chick. She's a real tall white girl, and she's pretty nice. Like, everybody is not bad, right? But when you're in a location and you start to get to know people and understand, like, okay, I work. Some of the girls in there, I think they're like, some of them could be collecting like unemployment. Like, everybody is like kind of like the shelter. Everybody has like their own thing going on, like, their own situation happening. So, but when you live in a place with all women, you're going to see a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they smoke vapes inside the house, and I don't like that at all because I'm not a smoker. I'm not, even though vapes is not like nicotine, I don't know. But the fact that they all sit around and be blowing vapes up in the sky in the house, I don't like that. Because to me, I don't care if it's a cigarette, nicotine or not, vape or whatever. You shouldn't be blowing that in the house because I think you should have some respect for someone that don't smoke vapes, that don't smoke nothing. I think it's out of line. So it's a lot of things that I don't like that I see, but I'm not really trying to say too much because I don't want to ruffle people's feathers and, oh, she's trouble, you know what I mean? So I just try to shut my mouth. I go to my room, I mind my damn business. I try to go cook something when ain't nobody in the kitchen, taking up the kitchen. I find it's a lot of hogs going on around there. Like the women will get in there and they'll have their kid and they got the kid in the high chair and their feet and the babies. Fine, no problem. But there should be a shift that everybody should get their fair shot in the kitchen. Some people want to cook. I'm a cooker. I'm a cooker. I want to cook a nice meal, some rice, some a piece of salmon in the air fryer, some vegetables, like a real meal. I'm not into the whole throw a little whatever in the microwave. I'm a meal person, right? So I'll make my food for the next couple of days, and I got food for a couple of days, and I work. You know what I mean? So these things I'm starting to understand. Like when you living with people, it's not a shelter, but I'm starting to see like the girls and the things that they're doing inside the house that I don't really approve of. But who am I? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's three refrigerators, and if there was only one refrigerator, it'd be a lot of problems in there. It would be a lot of problems. It's still a form of smoke. Yeah, I don't like the vape thing. I think that's very disrespectful. But who am I to say? I'm a new girl. They got their eye on me, and I got my eye on y'all too. But I don't like the vape smoking because, like, come on, y'all got kids. Like two of the girls got younger kids in the house, and y'all just blowing vape smoke all over the place. One of the girls gets up early in the morning with her kid in the living room, and she hogs the living room. The living room is like a daycare, basically. There's like toys everywhere, and it's like a daycare. So I'm looking at her like, yeah, I see I have the living room as my chore. So when I'm doing this living room, you make sure you get all these freaking toys out the way. So I'm walking out the front door. The two babies are just crawling around on the living room floor. Like, there's a trail for me to get to the front door. I wish there was like another exit I could leave the house because sometimes they got babies all over the place and I'm supposed to step over the babies, like just crazy stuff. But, I'm grateful to be there and everything, but this is what I experienced, the things that I'm seeing now that are kind of giving me a little bit of like a problem. But I'm not going to say anything because normally I don't say much until things build up a little bit. That's just me. I don't attack it from the rip. I try to look at things, see what's going on, and if it's still bothering me, then I could say, okay, it's time for me to say something. So I'm trying to keep it low key. But I'm taking my notes. I'm seeing the things that's going on that I don't like, and I'm just seeing how things go. Yeah, the makeup in the kitchen is totally like, it was a lot. I was looking at them like, are you kidding me? And I wasn't even in the kitchen. I was walking past the kitchen to go take my clothes and put them in the dryer. So I'm walking past, and the girl in the kitchen, they sitting at the table in the kitchen doing makeup. And then, a few minutes later, I go back to the thing. She's in the other room doing the girl's hair, like with a blow dryer or whatever, in the other laundry room, which is fine. But the makeup in the kitchen is out of line. You shouldn't be in the kitchen doing makeup. Number one, this is not your personal house. This is not your personal house to be doing certain things. If you're going to do makeup, go do makeup in your room. Because somebody might want to be in the kitchen eating breakfast or eating a bowl of cereal. But I hear them all the time frequently talking about other people. So I just be like, oh gosh, oh my God, but it's definitely better than the shelter. So I'm not complaining. So please don't come at me, trolls, and say, oh, you're never grateful. I'm speaking of my experience inside a shelter. Now I'm speaking of my experience inside, I would say, just like transitional housing for me now. It's like a transitional housing situation. So, yeah, these are the things that I'm seeing now that I'm not liking. I don't like the vapes. And another thing I don't like, so let's just put it all out there, okay? So when I get into the shower, for some reason the shower is clean. The house is fairly clean. It's not like a dirty, dirty place. It's clean enough to live in. The house is not bad. So when I get in the shower, another thing I don't like, They have all these things like hanging up. So you know when you go in somebody's house or whatever, you got those things hanging over the shower thing. You know the nozzle that come out the wall where the water comes out. They have this thing hanging over it where you could put like your shower gels, put your soap up there or whatever. That's really for a person that has their own personal home. They're not sharing the house with 5, 6 other people like roommate situation. I feel like all your toiletries should be a freak in your room. All your toiletries, your soap gel, your shampoo, your nasty razors, that crap should be in the trash can. They got all their stuff, all the shampoo, all the soap, shower gel, just kind of in the shower, hanging on these racks, right? And I think your personal belongings, as far as your soap and stuff, I think that's like a personal thing, right? That stuff, if you live in a situation like I live, you should have your own personal toiletries, your soap and everything should be in your room, on your dresser. Take everything out of the shower and keep it in your room. Don't keep your stuff in here. Because when you put your shower gel in the bathroom and there's somebody using it, then you want to come and be mad. Then you want to come and make a statement. You want to be mad. Somebody touched my shower gel in there. Why do you have your stuff in the bathroom? Because if you didn't have your stuff in the bathroom and access for somebody to use it, you wouldn't have to worry about it if you didn't have your stuff in here, right? These are the things that I see. And one of the girls, because we have this chat, like we all communicate in this chat. That's another thing I don't like. So we all communicate in this text group. Like we try to stay in communication. Or I'm coming in late tonight, just want to let everybody know. Or I'm staying out for a couple of days. We just want to let everybody know. So communication seems to be okay. But communication with some other things within the household is not okay. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I get into a shower and it's like 20,000 shower gels and some shampoo over here. I see razors. I see, what do you call those things that the girls put the shower gel? And I don't use those. I use a wash rag. I wash my body with the wash rag. So those puffy things that you put the shower gel in and you wash your body off. So it's two of those hanging up. So that means that the girls are washing their body with them and they're just hanging them back up. I don't like that because it's kind of in my way when I'm in the shower. Like, why do I have to move your puffy things out the way? I shouldn't have to touch it because it's nasty. You washing your body with those things. That's disgusting. I think that's nasty. If you share a house with people and you have a roommate situation, your stuff shouldn't be in the bathroom. You should put it in your dresser in your room. That's where it should stay at. Now, if you have your own personal house, you do what you want to do in your shower. But if you're sharing a house with 5 other women, there shouldn't be your soap left in the shower. Or this is here. They're washing up the baby and they're leaving the baby, like the dirty rags from washing up their babies, hanging in the shower. Like, I think that's nasty. I don't like that either. I know, it's right crazy. I am definitely a bathroom monitor. You got that right. Yeah, yeah. I plan. My plans are to maybe stay there for like 6 months to a year. You know, I'm not trying to make no waves with anybody, but these are things that I'm seeing that I don't like. So, I have the right to talk about it. Nothing wrong with me speaking because I'm sure they speaking too. I'm sure they're seeing me and they're probably saying whatever they're saying about me. So, I have my opinions and I have things that I see with my own eyes. The bathroom situation, I think everybody should have their own shower gel and everything inside their room. Because this is why I say this. So one of the girls had went into the chat and she was like, did anybody see my daughter something, something, something in the shower because it's not there anymore? So what I really wanted to say to her, and I just ignored the text when she sent it in the group, I just ignored it, but in my head, I'm really wanting to say, well, if your daughter didn't leave the stuff in there, you wouldn't have to worry about it being missing now, would you? It's kind of like, we're grown women, but some things, this one lady in there, she kind of acts like really immature. So I'm like, well, maybe y'all shouldn't leave y'all expensive shower gels and stuff inside the shower, inside a place like this, because it's really not your personal home. You wouldn't have to worry about that if you didn't leave it in the shower now, would you? So it's just a lot, and I'm not complaining because I'm grateful to be where I'm at. And I like that, the house is fairly clean. It's a fairly clean house because we have chores and things that we do and stuff like that. We all come together as a household to keep it clean. So the bathroom situation, I'm not really so liking, but Yeah, and so it's another girl that came in the other day, and she's like really on top of things. She was getting upset, like we had a meeting, and she was like getting mad at certain things. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see that she's really, really involved with things. So everybody seems like they get along, but I hear the gossiping. The walls are thin. I hear people talking, but I try to mind my damn business, child. I feel like my main thing is paying the rent and going to work. So, but yeah, I'm definitely a bathroom monitor for sure because I live there and I pay rent. So yeah, I can have an opinion and I can think about what I want to think about, and I could definitely come on my own YouTube channel and talk about it if I feel. Definitely, if I want to, I'm gonna talk. People are always coming at me. The trolls, they never end. And that's what you were thinking. They need a caddy filled with their own stuff. Yes. I don't think they should just leave stuff in the shower because, okay, when I had my own apartment, it was just me. So I could leave soap and, whatever I wanted to in my shower. But when you're sharing a space, especially like a transitional type of housing situation and there's like 5 or 6 different people living there, don't leave your personal stuff in the shower because if a girl gets in and she said, "Oh, this is my favorite shower gel," she gonna use it and not care. I don't use. I'm not a shower gel person. I make my own soap, so I use my own handmade soap. I take my stuff in and out the bathroom as I'm done out the shower. I take my stuff, put it in my duffel bag, and I go back to my room. That's what I do. But the girls leave their shampoo in there and they leave all this stuff in there. But then they'll turn around and say, someone stole my this or someone's using my that. And the biggest thing I don't like those shower pooper, those things that you put the shower gel in and you rub on your body. Like those big, what do they call those things? I forget what they're called. They look like big giant ice cubes. Whatever. You just put the shower gel in it and you scrub it. It's like a wash rag, but it's not a rag. It's a big puffer. So they have like 3 of those in the shower. So I guess whoever uses those, they just hang them in the shower and leave. Like, you should take that in your room. That's like a personal thing. You washing your body with that. You shouldn't want that in the shower with other people showering. That shower water, and I think it's so nasty because the water that splashes up, that gets onto your puffer. That gets onto your stuff. Like whoever's in there taking a shower, all your germs from your body, the dirt and everything, all that stuff is going on the puffer that y'all coming in the shower, putting back on your body again. So to me, that's germy. It's disgusting. But if they think it's okay, I mean, that's y'all think it's fine, okay. But no, I wouldn't want to. No, I don't want nobody. I don't use puffers, but whoever gets in that shower, they're washing their hair, they're showering their body. It's gonna be water splashing everywhere. It's gonna be water splashing everywhere. All that stuff, the germs from someone else's body is getting on those puffer things. But who am I? Yeah, it's contamination. They don't think anything wrong with it. And there's also like another thing. I know I sound like who are you to? But I'm just saying, I'm talking about the things that I see because I see the trolls are coming here already with the questions and the comments and who you think you are. You already listen. They have used razors in there, and I'm about to just get some gloves and throw them straight in the trash. You shouldn't even want to keep your used razor. And I know a lot of women, if they're shaving their armpits, they may want to use that razor maybe once or twice, right? I used it once, it's brand new, I could probably use it again. But to leave your dirty razors just in the shower like that and just leave them there, I don't know if it was somebody that was in the house and they're not there no more. Like, those nasty razors shouldn't even be sitting there either. But who am I? I'm not gonna say nothing. I just mind my business to go take my shower, make sure I don't touch nobody else's stuff, make sure nothing touch me, and that's it. I just think it's nasty, but who am I? Who am I? Who am I to say they need to drive it back in their room? I think so. I wish they would, but I'll probably never say nothing because I don't want to be the target because then they gonna be thinking like, who she thinks she is. I think it's like a lot of disgusting things happening in the house. Thank God for the 3 refrigerators. Another thing I don't like. So my refrigerator is in the garage. And the garage doesn't have heat. It's not a heated garage. The garage is cold. So they have a lot of girls, I guess the girls that's in there, they have a lot of stuff like stacked up in the garage. Like, and I don't have a lot of space to maneuver to get to my refrigerator because somebody has all their junk in the garage that's just sitting there. So I was like, I want to ask, is this someone's stuff that used to be here and they have to come and get it? Like, whose stuff is this right here? Because it's literally right in front of the refrigerator that I have to go in every day to go get my creamer or just go get whatever I want to get. And that's what I remember. I need to get a creamer. But, for my coffee for tomorrow, but I have to figure it out. I didn't get no creamer, but yeah, so the garage is filled with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, is this somebody's stuff that probably used to be here? Like one day I'm gonna ask, like, this stuff that's in front of the refrigerator is kind of in the way. That stuff shouldn't be there. Like whoever, I figure for the girls, because I was hearing a girl say about this other girl, oh, she's a hoarder, she's a hoarder, she's a hoarder. So who's hoarding all that stuff in the garage? Because this space is just for us to have our space and storage consists of our own personal rooms. That's where we store stuff at, right? Our own bedrooms is where we keep our stuff. The the garage where my refrigerator is and this other lady's refrigerator, people got junk in there. Like you have to walk around, maneuver around people's stuff. Like it shouldn't be in there like that. I should be able to walk in there and not have to do too much maneuvering around to get to my refrigerator to get my food out. So, and they got, they got the women, they have babies, so they keep the big giant strollers. They keep the strollers inside the garage, no problem. But all this stuff that's here in front of my refrigerator, is this somebody's stuff and they're coming back to get it? Like, what's going on with this stuff? Because it needs to go. If the person doesn't live here anymore, this crap needs to go. I'm just saying, leave the space for someone that's actually living in the space. So it's just a lot of things that I'm seeing that I don't like, but I probably won't say nothing. I just sit and observe. I'm observing as well as them. I hope they're observing me too. I hope that they're observing me too. And I'm always out the way, so I'm never in the kitchen like hogging up the kitchen. I'm always kind of out the way, doing my own thing, getting ready for work. If I get up in the morning and I want to make some coffee, guess what I'm doing? I get up at like 4 something in the morning when everybody's kind of. It is one lady that get up. She be getting up with her son about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I be trying to get out the way. I got up this morning, did my laundry at like 4 something in the morning to get out the way because I want to stay out the way. Like even on my laundry day, I want to get out the way. I'm gonna get out the way even on my laundry day. That's just what I'm gonna do. So yeah, nothing's perfect. When you're living with people, it's just not. It's not gonna be like that until you get your own place. If you're paying your money, you have the right to address those issues. I just don't want to. I just don't want to like. I don't want to make no waves with people. I don't want to make no waves. I'll sit back and monitor. I'm just monitoring things, taking my notes. Um, because your personal stuff should belong inside your own personal room. But obviously, they've been behaving like this before I got there. So I guess if it worked for them, who am I to come in and say anything? I just have my own little room and I come back and forth and do my thing. So I'm not going to really say much because that's what y'all were doing before I got there. And I guess it worked for y'all. And I guess, they've been there before me. Y'all don't see an issue with this. Y'all don't see an issue with that. Me, I just want to throw everything that's in that shower in the trash. But who am I? They're not going to like that. So, but I don't want to be petty and make like a big stinking deal about certain things because we do have house meetings. So in house meetings, if people need to say something, they're going to say it. If you need to say something, and some things are petty, but I don't think the things that I'm saying are petty. I think these things that I'm saying are valid. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that's thinking the same thing. It's another lady in the house. She's actually fairly new. She came after me and I be hearing her saying stuff, and I be like, oh, okay, somebody probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. So we'll see how things unfold, darling. We'll see how that unfolds. Guess we'll see. I don't have no creamer. I should have got some today, but I didn't. I need some creamer. This one lady was nice place. Sure, I'm glad that you're in a better place. Yeah, it's better than the shelter. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just talking about the things that I see. Yeah, everybody, the shower is clean. And I told the girls when I got there, I said, wow, the bathrooms are clean. Like, so everybody is doing their part as far as keeping it clean, which is nice, right? So the bathroom is clean. The shower is clean. I'm thinking like, wow, some showers when you share a place with people, you see like a ring around it, a ring around the shower. Like the shower is clean. So, but I always clean it before I get in because I do step in the shower with my shower shoes on, and I still clean it before I even step with my shower shoes on. So yeah, it's clean. And I have my own cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So, and even when I go into the bathroom, somebody did something in the bathroom the other day, and one of the girls went into the group and said something like, "Oh, this is disgusting. Please clean up after yourself." So we don't know who did that, right? So I'm just like, well, it wasn't me because I didn't get up to go to the bathroom that morning at all. So when she put that in the group, I knew it wasn't me. It was somebody else. So somebody left something in the bathroom or whatever, didn't flush the toilet and just walked out and left something on a seat. But I have cleaning supplies. I have wipes. I have things to clean. Like every time I go in there and use the bathroom, I'm definitely wiping that seat off with bleach, and I spray it down and wipe it off. Like I'm not gonna walk around there barefooted because, like I'm saying, this is not my own personal space. So I share a space. We don't know what somebody could have diseases. You just don't know. So I be wiping everything down before I sit on that toilet, honey. Yes, I do. I don't be just plopping on anything, and I really don't even plop on the toilet unless I have to go to bathroom. But I, you know, I don't sit on that toilet seat if I have to, urinate or whatever you call it. I know it's like TMI, but if I gotta urinate, I don't sit on the toilet at all. But I still wipe it down. I don't sit on it, but I still wipe that seat off because you don't never know what somebody may have. Somebody could have diseases. You don't know. Somebody could have crabs or something. Like I don't know. But I'm just saying that's how it is when you are sharing a space with somebody. To file agreements. Who's over this housing? I'm not saying anything about it right now. The shower is clean, thank God. We do chores, like everybody's responsible to keep up a chore every day. Like they have a chore list and we're supposed to do our chores like twice a week. We're supposed to keep the area clean. Like the last chore that I had, the house is it's a long house, so it's like a long hallway. So I have to sweep the hallway and mop it. So when I did my chore, I was like, y'all have a mop here? She was like, oh yeah, you can use a Swiffer. And I was just like, oh, I don't like to use a Swiffer. I like to use a real mop. So she was like, oh, okay. So I used a real mop to mop that floor. I got the mop that they had because I see that they don't use the mop to mop the floor. They Swiffer, and I don't like Swiffer. Swiffer ain't cleaning no, it's not cleaning the floor the proper way, in my opinion. So I said, nah, I like the old school mop. I put the old school mop. The water, one thing about the house, the water gets extremely hot. So I got the mop, and the mop wasn't really dirty. That's how I know the girls really don't use the mop like that. They use that old stupid Swiffer. And the Swiffer, you're not really cleaning up a floor that women are walking on all day long. You're not cleaning the floor properly with no damn Swiffer. I'm just saying. So I was like, no, I'd rather not use the Swiffer. So I swept the long hallway, and then I went and filled the mop bucket up with water, put some pine sol in it, put a little bleach in there. And I said, no, I like the old school way. I'm going to mop this floor. Because usually, if this was my home, I would be down on my hands and knees scrubbing the mop floor. That's just how I do mops. Like, I mop the floor. I want to get on my hands and knees, get in between those crevices. But that's not my house. So I'm going to mop it with the old school mop. Because I'm an old school mopping type of girl. So, but when I had my apartment was small. I had a small kitchen. I was able to get on my hands and knees to mop the floor with my hands and knees. That's just how I like it. So I was like, no, I like the old school mop. So I let the mop soak in the water, made sure it was clean, and I mopped the floor with that. And that's what I always mop the floor with, that mop. Because I see the girls don't use it. They use a Swiffer. I said, nah, a Swiffer don't cut it for me. A Swiffer is not really mopping, in my opinion. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot, but I'm better off there than where I was at the shelter. Because even at the shelter, we did chores at the shelter every single night. But then again, at the shelter, there could have been 15 or 20 different women living in there. So when there's a lot of people living in one space, you got to keep it clean. It has to stay clean. So, and I think I have a chore now. My chore is cleaning up the living room. And I'm like, well, I'm never in the damn living room to clean it up because the girls that's in the living room are the ones that got the two babies. And I said, well, if I got the living room, y'all better make sure y'all got these toys up because I'm not going to be picking up no baby toys because that's y'all job. You the mother, you get your baby's toys out the way so I can vacuum. Because the only thing I could do in the living room is vacuum or maybe wipe the windows down with some like some Windex and stuff and dust a little bit, because they definitely be checking and making sure you're doing what you have to do. And I know they checking because I'm watching too. Like y'all watching me, and honey, I'm watching you too. I sure am. But yeah, more to come, guys. More to come. I gave y'all a mouthful, didn't I? More to come. And that's crazy that you wake up early just to do your thing and have a little peace and watch and start waking up early. People are annoying. Yeah, so the lady that be getting up early, and it's like I'm racing her to get up. This chick, she's not working. I guess she's maybe collecting unemployment or something. So I don't know what her situation is, but she's not working. But she'll get up and hog the living room. And I heard one of the other girls gossiping the other day. She was like, one of these other girls, she got a big mouth. She'll run. She's a white girl, but she be popping off. She'll pop off. She be in the room talking trash. She was like, and this is why nobody wants to go in the living room. And I think she was saying that nobody wants to go in the living room because the chick that got this son, she be in the living room all day like that's her house. And I said, well, if you live in a space and there's other women here, do you think you and your son just want to sit there and watch cartoons all day? It might be another woman that might have her day off and she want to sit on the couch. Maybe she might want to watch Netflix or something. So are we supposed to just leave the living room to you because you have this son? Like, okay, we'll take you and your son in the room. Nobody want to sit in here and watch cartoons all day. This ain't no daycare. But there's two women that got a kid. But the one girl that hogs up the living room, she gets up early in the morning and she's in the living room all day with her son, all day. And I just like, oh wow, oh wow. And I'm not really a TV watcher. Like I got my phone and I got my YouTube or whatever. So I'm usually in my room because one of the girls was like, "Oh, we have an extra TV if you want a TV." I said, "No, I really don't have time to just. I don't watch TV." So I said, "I'm a YouTuber. I do social media stuff, so I be watching my social media stuff." So she was like, "Oh, okay." I think she had a TV that she was trying to get rid of. I'm like, "I don't want that crap. I don't want nothing extra, honey. I'm gonna be the same way I was here, like I was at the shelter. Bare essentials. I'm not going to have nothing in this place that somebody could take from me, somebody that could steal something from me, any nice pieces of clothing. I don't even keep it in here because I don't trust nobody. I don't trust none of y'all. So I'm going to treat that place just like it's a shelter. Anything I have of any value is going to stay in my car. Any clothes that I might have of any kind of value, it stays in my car. Anything that I think somebody could potentially steal from me, it stays in my car or it'll stay in my storage. So, but yeah, one of the girls that got the son, she got a son. I think he's probably like a year old. He's probably a 12 or 13, maybe 14 months. So he walks around in the hallway, and she's always chasing him down. No, come here. So she got her own kid, but I noticed that she likes to hog that living room up. I said, "Sis, you're not the only one here that probably want to like watch a movie or something. Just because you have a child, like we're all supposed to just say, oh well, she got a kid, so she could just hog the living room up for herself. You're not the only one living here, sis." And I heard one of the other girls was saying something like, and that's why nobody wants to go into the living room. And I knew what she probably was talking about. I said, oh yeah, in my head you're right. This is why nobody wants to sit in the living room because she's too busy in the living room with her son all day, and you in the way. Like, so I don't know if she's on like unemployment or something, but she was like, "Yeah, I gotta get a job." Like, yeah, you gotta get a job like a normal person that works a job. So I don't know what her financial situation is, but I'm assuming she's probably like collecting unemployment. That's probably about to run out. So yeah, they're single moms, and some of them have families that they go. Everybody got their own little situation going on. So, but yeah, some things around there I don't like. But like, what can I say? I don't want to start no waves with nobody. But I'm definitely watching. I'm watching the atmosphere. I got my eye open, honey. So the girl that came in my room this morning when she said something about the laundry, I thought she was gonna come in there and say something about, oh, can you drop me off on your way? I would have been like, absolutely not. Yeah, I can drop you off $20, just like you would pay a Uber, $20. So I was like looking at them like, because some of the girls there don't have cars and everything. And I said, listen, I'm not the one. If you think I'm gonna be your personal taxi cab driver, we not getting into that either. No, her son needs to be in her room. That'd be great. Wait a minute, you're still driving home, or are you like an hour? Yeah, I'm far away. Yeah, I'm far away. Yeah, the dynamic is crazy. The housemates are good, but sometimes the things that need to be said aren't being said. Yeah, my room is small. I do have a window, thank God. No, there is no lock on the door. That's why I say I don't care. Like, as long as my bed is fine, I don't care about the lock on the door because ain't nobody stealing nothing from me because I don't have nothing of value to steal. You know, if they stealing something, it's some stuff I really don't care if they stole it or not. But I don't know what happens when I'm not there. So there is no lock on the door. I could request to say, hey, am I allowed to get a lock on the door? But I just sleep there, y'all. Like I'm just sleeping there. That is it. I just sleep there. I just utilize the space to sleep in. I see myself staying there maybe 6 months to a year, and but I don't want to stay there long. You know, I still want to move on. I'm still putting the pedal to the metal for this job because if I get this second job, I'm probably going to go stay in an extended stay. Extended stay is a little bit more. It's like 150 extra dollars more. But if I can stay in an extended stay hotel versus staying there, the only thing I like about staying at this place is it does have a kitchen. So if I stay at extended stay again, I don't have access to a kitchen. That's the only thing I don't like about going back to an extended stay. But I don't know how long I want to stay in this place. You know what I mean? But of course, if I move to another location, I would have to find me another place to stay, which would probably be an extended stay hotel. So if I get a second job, I'm probably not going to stay there because I want to have my own, like, you know what I mean? Because if I could pay an extra $100 and go get me an extended stay and have my own privacy, I would like to have it like that. So if I get a second job, I'm not staying there. If I get a second job, I'm gonna be looking for like a studio apartment or something that I can afford. Cause you know, I go what works out for me. I'm blessed to be here. I'm very blessed and grateful to be where I'm at, and I'm glad that I found it. But if I can find a place of my own and I don't have to live like be around other people, like 5 or 6 different women every day, I would rather have my own spot. And even if it's like a hotel room, if I know that I can pay the bills, um, I could just leave. You know what I mean? But we'll see what the future holds. You know what I'm saying? If I can get this second job, I already do make some money off of YouTube, which is nice and everything. So we're going to see how things are going to flow that way. You know, there's always ways out of whatever. You know, there's always a way out. But again, it's always a financial thing that is always like a big thing. Finances is always, you know, the finances have to be right. And if the finances aren't right, then guess what? You can't go anywhere because you gotta have the money. But I would rather live in an extended stay. But I like the extended stay, the ones that have like the kitchens and everything. If it has like a kitchenette and everything, oh, thank you. If it has like a kitchenette, I wouldn't mind staying there. The next place, maybe your own house with a hot tub. Yeah, I would love that. Visitors, I think they can have visitors, but the visitors can't. They can't be in your room. Yeah, but the extended stay I stayed in before, they didn't have a kitchenette. I want to have something with a kitchenette where I can make my own, you know, because I'm a cooker. I like to have a nice meal at night. And y'all don't get me wrong. This is better than being in a shelter. But it's almost kind of like shelter-esque a little bit because you know, you're in the house with strangers and you have to adapt to everybody else's ways. And sometimes that can be kind of frustrating with certain things that go on that I don't really approve of, you know. But who am I? You know, they had the same situation. They needed to find a place that rented the rooms and we just have to coincide with each other, which is fine. But it's tough living with people. It's tough living with strangers. It can be very tough. Because they're watching me. I know they watching me. And I'm watching you too, baby. And I want to tell them too. I'm watching you too, honey. Y'all watching me and I got my eye on you too, darling. But I don't be doing nothing. All I do is work and go to work. I work and I go home. I work and go home. That's it. I don't have no creamer that I was supposed to stop at the store and get. I don't have it. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm grateful to be there, y'all. But I need to be. I need to be on my own. But again, for me to be on my own, I need to be able to make the money to be able to pay the bills. So that's my goal. I don't plan on staying here forever, but I'm thinking maybe 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. But everything's about finances and money. You got the money. If you don't have the money, you won't be going anywhere. So it sucks, but this is what my life is. This is what my life is, y'all. And you guys, thanks for listening to me. I'm going to talk to y'all tomorrow morning. I don't even know what time I work tomorrow, but I will talk to you guys later because I'm going to go in here and take my makeup off, wash my face, and I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for listening. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm just looking. Sorry if I missed any of y'all comments. No, I don't have a lock on the door. Oh, well, they are not. Who's over this housing to file a grievance? The shower is clean. Yeah. I just don't want to express certain issues because I'm still new in the house, so I don't want to really make no waves with people. I'm not normally the type of person to nip it at the bud. Like, soon as I see this, soon as I see that, I kind of sit and watch for a while. And I'm taking my notes. I'm keeping my notes, and I'm seeing what happens in these house meetings. So we have a house meeting on every Monday. So people are talking about stuff. So when I start to see maybe other girls maybe might chime in and start saying things, I might start saying things. But right now I'm just monitoring. I'm testing the waters, right? I'm seeing how everybody else is moving. So I'm kind of just sitting back, just watching the atmosphere. Because I don't want to be the girl that's jumping up, complaining about everything. Because there's a lot that I can complain about. But when you live with roommates and stuff, these are the type of things that's going to be going on. So I'm trying not to be the complainer, the chronic complainer. But I'm testing the waters, testing the energy, and seeing what people are up to. But everybody seems to do their chore. The house is fairly clean. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like a dirty, filthy, disgusting place. It's not like I'm walking in the place and it smells like fish and grits. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it smells like a fish market. It's not like a dirty place. So, I'm still grateful to be here. It's better than living in a shelter. And I just got to adapt. But I'll talk to you guys in the morning. You guys have a great night. Thank you for coming by, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everyone.